let's see, 23 grandchildren, 5 great-grandchildren, 80 years old, which I hate to admit. I was born and raised here, but I was gone 35 years, and then when my husband passed away, I moved back. So I've been back since 1993. I make a point to keep up with everything that affects the family, and so I did read a little bit about it, but it wasn't until I received a letter that it had to be installed, and that bothered me. So I looked into it a lot more really quick, and they said I would have a water cutoff by July 20th if I didn't put it in. So I ignored it until right after July 20th, and I did contact the water department and had a meeting with the utility superintendent. And he was very nice to start with, but then he became very adamant that the meter would go in. He talked down to me quite a bit and told me that it wouldn't be installed, and so, but they were going to be nice and give me an extension until August 3rd. August 6th came around, and I put a letter in the paper that they weren't happy about. Had a little feedback from that, trying to explain what the meters were. I was married to a scientist in research, and he taught me to sift and winnow everything, and so right away I do everything I can to find out. I went on the internet and the library and talked to people who had had problems in other areas. My husband was a go-between his company and the FDA in Washington, and so I know people all over the country, so I called, is there trouble in your state? And I found out there is trouble all over the country, and 14 states have said they don't want it. And in California, there's quite taken out, some of them. And actually, I got a call from Arizona just a couple days ago. Well, health issues for one, but you know, that isn't even the most serious thing. It's a total invasion of privacy. It's surveillance. So then, after that, they sent me another letter and said there would be a cutoff September 5th. That would be final, absolutely final. So I waited till September 5th, and then I printed the letter in the paper, but I did have a meeting with the mayor. And when I went to the mayor's office, he was very cordial at first, but he did ask me, "Are you afraid of Big Brother? Is he watching you?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "Who is Big Brother?" I said, "City government right now." But then he got very sarcastic, but he said, we will give you a 30-day extension. I said, "That's fair enough." He said, "You call within 30 days. I said, "All right." So I left. I came home, and about an hour later, he was at my back door with the chief engineer, and they were out there quite a while trying to convince me that it had to be printed, but they also said it will go in tomorrow. I said, "Tomorrow? You told me 30-day extension." He said, "I never promised that." And so they explained about the Public Service Commission ruling that came through that morning and said that there was no opt-outs. I asked if they read the ruling, which I already had, and they said it said in the ruling that the local government could decide if there'd be an opt-out. They told me it was going to go in the next day, but we went back and forth, and finally I wanted to get rid of him, so I said I would email him first thing in the morning and they said they start work about 7 to let them know what time they could come the next day. So I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, email, and I said it's my humble opinion, because they did say I would have to appear before the Public Safety Commission on September 24th to state my case. But they also said they would install the meter the next day to allay my fears they would not activate it until the day after the Public Safety Commission meeting. I emailed at 3 in the morning and just simply said, it's my humble opinion it would jeopardize my talk before the Public Safety Commission if you put it in ahead of time, so we'll just wait until then. I was very nervous all night. I didn't sleep, really. That's why I sent an email at 3 in the morning and said I would not let them in. My letter came out in the paper the next day, which I didn't expect, and the mayor got the paper early. So I locked my house just in case they tried to get in, but at 8 o'clock he called. In the phone call he said that I could wait, they wouldn't bother me, and that it would be that, but there was a need to appear before the Public Safety Commission on the 24th, and then state my case, and then they would vote on it. One member of the commission is the chief of police, which to me I think is intimidation actually. But I felt very bullied, you know. But then he said I could submit a paper, but that paper would have to go through them to be given to the members of the committee, which I thought was, I thought I could just give them something, but apparently it has to go through him to be given to the commissioners. So now I have till the 24th, another reprieve. So apparently I'll prepare a paper and go to before the, but I don't really expect any favors that night, because the 3 people on there have already been pretty strong in their opinions on the smart water meters. So it's a gamble. It's strange. A lot of people are afraid of the government. You know, I talked to one of the neighbors, and they said, I agree with you, but you know, what are you going to do? I said, if it affected you directly, I noticed you got some in your house. If you got sick, if you really knew there was smart meters, he said, I probably wouldn't do anything. He said, because I don't want to fight the government. Who can afford that? But I think that there's a lot of other people that will step up if they get the facts, if they really know what it is. People should have a choice. If you don't want it, you shouldn't have to have it. And it breaks the 4th Amendment to the Constitution. It's a matter of privacy. And especially when analogs and all have been proven to be more efficient than the smart meters anyway. In fact, they've had fires in some parts from the research I've done where they've started on fire. So there's a lot that have not been told to the public.
The
analog
water
meter is more accurate, which is why West Baraboo, right next door, put in new analogs. They're not putting in the smart meter. And I notice now that in some areas of the country, they are, after they put the meters in, they're starting to take them out because of the controversy and all the health issues, the privacy issues. There's more controversy out west right now, I think, because they were put in there first. And sometimes it takes a while before the health issues show up. A lot of times when they're very anxious, they blame it on some other reason. And then after a while they realize it must be those meters, because it didn't start until the meters were put in. And that came out in several states. So it isn't just one area. And anyone can get the same information by going online and do your own research. Don't ever take my word for anything. Find it out yourself. Being married to a scientist, I learned, get the facts, just the facts, and and then don't give up if you're right. If you're wrong, back down fast and apologize, but if you're right, you don't give up. Well, I will not be intimidated. I will find another solution. I don't know exactly what it would be. I can always take a shower in my daughter's house and go to the laundromat. The city said they would not allow me to put a portable toilet in my backyard, so that's out. But I said I will figure out something because I will not be intimidated. People are too quick to go along with any mandate the government shoves down your throat. When that happens, you lose your freedom a little bit every day, and pretty soon you don't have any left.